Welcome to today's Conversion Express, where in 15 minutes or less, you're going to learn one website strategy that's simple, doable, and you can apply to your website in minutes to get more leads. That is the whole point of these Conversion Express tutorials. Okay, so today's topic are simple hero section layouts to get more leads, because that's what your website needs to be doing, right? So 100% of your visitors are checking you out, and you know that they're not only checking you out, but they're checking out your competitors too. And you actually have no idea who they are and who they're checking out, what they think. You know nothing until they reach out to you. And so there's tons of people that are checking you out, but a small portion that are actually reaching out to you. And actually, when they're landing on your website, on any page of your website, they are spending about 57% of their time just checking out the hero section of any page on your website. So, this is the question. Because they're looking at your competitors, they're checking you out, they're spending the most time on that hero section. Is your hero section memorable? Is it standing up from the competition? Is it helping them to remember you? So, want to make sure we are on the same page because maybe you're watching this for the first time and have no idea what a hero section is. So, what is this hero section? The hero section is the first thing that a visitor sees at the top of any one of your web page. This is just an example here. Right here is the first thing they're going to see. Then it needs to answer three questions. Your hero section needs to answer what it is that you offer and for whom. It needs to answer how that's going to help them or why they should care about your offer and how they can get it. And it needs to be done in a visually appealing way. So I'm going to show you 5 hero section layouts to get more leads for your business. So here's the first one here. So this one is very, very simple, and it's perfect if you are just starting out your business. You don't have testimonials or reviews yet. You may still be working out your value propositions and understanding more about your business, about your customers, about yourself. And so you want something very, very simple. And all it would be then would be an image to the right. And it is to the right intentionally because most of us read from left to right. So you want to put the text on the left because that's where visitors are going to start reading from, will be the left. In fact, they've also done eye tracking. When people are looking at websites, they've tracked where people are looking, and it's often a left to right pattern. So the words go to the left, the image goes to the right, and the image is secondary. It's the words here that you want working for you, and the image should be supporting the copy that you have there. This is how it could look like if it was actually on a website. And I'm intentionally doing it in black and white here because I want to focus just on the layout and on the copy a little bit, and that I don't want to get into brand colors and things like that. So this is an example of what it could look like, something super simple. Now, this second layout is great if you're a business, especially if you're a local business and you rely on the community that are close to you to get work. So that would be maybe you're a roofer, you're a plumber, maybe you are in healthcare in some way, a doctor, physical therapist, chiropractor, whatever. So you do a lot of your visits or your work comes from the local community. And you need to be getting Google reviews. If that is you, get Google reviews. And if your Google reviews stink, then 2 words of advice: do better, find out how you can do better so you get better rated Google reviews, and don't use them if you have bad Google reviews just yet. So you've got to have really good Google reviews to use this kind of a layout. So for example, you would have your headline here, your subheading, obviously have an image, but right over here is where you could have your Google reviews. And I'm going to show you what that could look like. This one here is for a pest control service. So I added a little bit more here. This is actually a company I'm doing some work for. And so we've got actually 2 calls to action here. But the big thing I'm focusing on is because they actually have over 700 reviews now since I did this. And So I really wanted to take advantage because they are a local business. They rely on people locally to choose them, and they're in competition with other exterminators. So I really leaned heavily on their Google reviews and encouraging people to check them out. They could click here. I've got here quotes from Google reviews. I've got two different calls to action, but the layout here is essentially very similar to what I just showed you. So this is how this layout could look, layout number 2. This is layout number 3. And this is best if you have a business that either has several different services or different groups of people that you work with. So you could have here, you could have images of your different services that you offer, or maybe you work with male and female, maybe different age groups, different ethnicities, whatever it is. So, or it could be even different kind of work or different job titles, things like that. So you're just going to have a headline that grabs their attention. Your text that explains a little bit more is off to the right. Your call to action button is directly below that main headline. And then here you have your images. So this is what it could look like. This again is for an exterminator. I did this one for the same exterminating company. And this would be great if it's for a service page. Could also be used on a home page too. It just depends on what you're putting in these boxes. But here, this was for a service page, so we could show kind of some of the main services that they get called on often to help with. So rat and mice, bed bugs, cockroaches, and stinging insects here. So this is just an example. Again, it's different services, but this could easily be, if you're a business and you work with different types of people, you could put images there. Okay, I really like this one because it's best if you just want to have different options for your layouts. So here, for example, you could have your main image, and then these other here, you could use them again for showcasing different services that you have or different types or kinds of people you work with. Or you could put stats in here or Google reviews or quotes, anything like that. And so again, this never changes. You always have a headline, your subheading, and then you have one or two buttons. In this case, there's two, and I'm going to show you what this could look like on an actual header of a homepage in this case. So we've got, again, pests, and we've got an image of an exterminator. And then we've got stats here, over 1,000 businesses and homes successfully treated. That's a great stat to have. First thing, remember, we want to wow the visitor. When they come to that header on your homepage, they're going to spend 57% of their time there. So you want to wow them. So, hey, if you've got some great stats, throw them in there. This here is a quote along with the 5-star review from Heather. And here we've got in two separate call to actions because sometimes people are ready to give you a call. Sometimes they're not, but they'll check something else out. They'll take your secondary call to action and learn more about you. So that's why we've got two here. They can either, I want immediate action. I've got a pest control problem in this case, and I want immediately to get some help with it. Or I'm just kind of checking things out because I think I have a problem, but I have a little bit of time. I'm a slower thinker. I like to investigate several options before I choose one. There's going to be people like that as well. So they're not ready to book yet. Maybe they're ready, though, to check out the reviews and testimonials because those can be a very, very compelling. Humans, hearing what other humans have to say is very compelling. And fifth, or last one here, when would you use this kind of a layout? If your customers are in a hurry to get their problem fixed. So you're going to, again, always have a headline. You may or may not have a subheading. I do recommend it. And then here, the image is on the left and the form is on the right. And that's okay too, because there's not a lot of text here. We still have the main text on the left. We've got the form on the right. And so the form is there immediately because we know that people are going to be landing on this page are people who have a serious problem that they need fixed immediately. It's urgent. They do not need a lot of copy. They're probably not going to scroll very far. They just want someone to help them right away with something. So having the form, the opt-in form at the top on that web page in your hero section wouldn't be a bad idea. So here's what it could look like. Someone's got a plumbing issue. They've got a lot of water coming out into their kitchen, and so they want some help right away. This would be a situation where the help is urgent. And the form could be right there where they would fill it out and request a quote or schedule a call, whatever it could be. But they fill the form out and they get someone helping them right away. And so these are great, 5 great layouts to try, but it doesn't start or stop there. You also have to have great headline copy to get visitors to continue scrolling. 57% of them are spending most of their time, but you want more of them to keep scrolling and checking out the rest of what you have to say. So to figure out how to do that, simply click here and you're going to know how to write headlines that keep them scrolling.